Hello everyone, welcome back to Mordor. We are finally about to besiege and assault Bree, and finally get our grubby, dirty orcish hands on the One Ring. It appears that the Free Peoples of Eriador, led by Captain Argonwy, are going to try to put up a fight, but it's in vain, because we will very easily take these guys out, I imagine, with our catapult. But anyway, I'll see you guys all on the battlefield. Well, I may have spoken a little too soon, because Bree is a lot fucking bigger than I could have ever imagined. I mean, look at this. They've got, like, ballistas. I was expecting it to be, like, a little backwater shit show, but no, it seems not. Okay, so Hormwrath is going to try to bust down the gate with his ballista. I don't really know. Wow, look at this. This is an interesting feature here. Bit of a valley with a massive fucking tower. Kind of cool. We're actually going to have a pretty easy battle, though. I was worried that... I mean, look, fucking Bree is massive now. I can't believe it. Anyway, this is going to be an easy peasy battle. All we have to do is knock a hole in this wall, scare off these rangers, and that's that. So our orc bands are going to absorb, rather, the arrows, whilst our Uruk archers try to fire back. Of course, there's going to be a massive amount of lag, also, because... we are dealing with a lot of units. So now our troll catapults, or just regular old catapults rather, are starting to put a hole in the wall. And we'll just speed through here. I really want to put a dent in this wall before the other units arrive. And we're actually receiving a couple casualties in the rest of our troops because I've bunched them all together like a bit of a dickhead. Let's spread our archers out, actually. Look at this. I forgot my Alec High over in front of the gate as well. So there we go. Dawn Death is overlooking the assault of the walls, I would say. We could have waited a turn, you know, and gotten some towers and everything. That would have been helpful, but I wanted to avoid a bunch of armies coming to the aid of Bree. So what we'll do is we will probably occupy Bree for a turn or two just to ensure that we don't get attacked. Although, having said that, we have two full armies that obviously will not fit, so we'll have to figure that out. But we just want the ring. That's all it is. We just want the fucking ring. And oh my gosh, we're taking a lot of casualties here. Those rangers are tearing my archers apart. They're tearing my archers apart, Lisa. Okay, but they are steadfast in their defense. They have not wavered, even though we've put a hole in their fucking wall. I was kind of hoping my orc band would absorb the arrows, but no, they're just targeting my Uruk archers, rather, more so than anything else. Also, my catapults are not firing nearly as quickly as I'd like. Also, these ballistas are probably doing quite a bit of damage as well, now that I think about it. Okay, we are nearly through the wall. Are these ballistas firing? It's hard to say. I don't see any bolts flying out, so I can't say for certain. But anyway, here comes the rain again. As soon as that wall is down, we'll charge our orc bands in, our Uruks to deal with these rangers. As soon as we capture the walls and rout this one unit, we're in. That's all it takes. Perhaps maulers. I don't know. Are these guys like? They're not heavily armored, so I would say perhaps just a bunch of raiders would do. Okay, you know what? We'll advance our raiders forward in preparation because the wall is down now. We just have to take these guys out. I think if we surround them, that's that. Our Uruk archers have taken a lot of casualties. We'll try to take down one of these towers before they do too many casualties. We will probably advance with our orc bands as well, so we can get the advantage here. Looks like... oh, it's actually 2 units of rangers. That's what it is. Okay, there goes the tower, it sounds like. Yeah, now it's shooting ballista bolts at my raiders. Yes. We'll try to do a bit of damage there, but yeah, we just want to take these guys out. There's only 90 of them, so if we get 2 units of raiders to surround each of them, then they'll be done for sure. Is it 3 units? 89, 97, 93. It is 3 units. Wow, okay, so we've got a bunch of raiders to deal with. But then as for the units in the center, I think they're all fairly lightly armored, so that's... Although these knights here are going to be a bit of an issue, but then we'll get our Uruks in there and our maulers, etc., etc. We can easily overwhelm the infantry. Are we going to be able to take out this tower? Probably not. What is this unit? That's the Rangers, rather. We probably don't want the Orc bands in there first and foremost, because those Rangers actually have quite a bit of an melee skill. So if we charge in with our Raiders and attack those Rangers, we should be able to cause some casualties. I don't want my Uruks in there right away because these ballistas are going to do quite a bit of damage. We just want to swarm these Rangers, start tearing them apart. Looks like there's casualties. Now I can see Rangers falling. My units are actually quite heavily armored, so I'm not too surprised. Oh yeah, we're doing quite a bit of damage to these guys. We flanked them right in the middle of their unit. An ideal situation. Our Orc bands are going to capture the gate, perhaps? Can we do that? Can we march up and capture the gate? That would be great. Then we can just storm in, not just from 1 point, but 2 points. And in fact, we can grab our Uruks and Alakai. We want them to line up in front of that gate, because as soon as we get into that gate, we can charge directly into the center, where there's some heavy infantry. So we'll want to capture that gate as soon as possible. How many times can I say gate in like 5 minutes? 5 seconds, I don't know. Okay, so we'll try to get around the flank with these two units. These two units will advance onto the walls. Our Uruk archers probably also want to be on these walls, so we'll storm them in. As for our catapults, they are still firing at this tower. They have yet to knock it down. I almost wonder, will taking out that tower be an issue for our units? I don't know. We've got some halberds as well, which can be used in the center, because it looks like these Dunedain are going to arrive before we manage to capture the walls, unfortunately, but we'll storm ahead regardless. Looks like my 2 units of raiders are not going around the flank as well as I'd hoped. Okay, so there goes the tower. We have not lost any men, it seems. I don't know why my raiders are going all this way. It's very bizarre. Very bizarre. Unless I told them to capture the walls instead of the Orc band, which is probably what's happened here. Oh shit, it's gonna be close. It's gonna be really close. Those Dunedain are showing up with bells on, and they're gonna do some serious damage. Okay, so battle-ready Dunedain. Jesus Christ, these guys. Look at them just marching forward calmly and collected. The Kingdom of Arnor is nothing to fuck with. Definitely, definitely. Okay, so we may just capture the walls in time for some halberds. I want my halberds here, and my Alakai, my Urukai, and my Morning Guard as well. I want all of my my best units to deal with those Dunedain. My Orc band have not taken the walls yet, unfortunately. My raiders are fucking the dog, it seems. Oh my god, the pathfinding is just horrendous. You can say whatever you want about the new Total Wars. Again, and I've said this before, the pathfinding is infinitely better. Okay, well, I don't know what the hell's going on here, unfortunately. There's not a single Arnorian on the walls here, and we have yet to... Jesus Christ. Okay, I need to take a moment. I need to take a moment just to vent about how much fuckery is occurring right now. I distinctly remember telling my Orc bands to capture that gate ages ago, yet here we are. Well, looks like it's going to be a bit of a tough fight. My Orc band are going to try to keep these elite units occupied whilst my Uruk archers fire on them, because obviously they don't have shields or anything. These units need to retreat immediately because we do not have the walls. How very frustrating this is. This would have been a much easier battle if we had captured that gate right away. But anyway, my Uruk archers are in a position to fire, are they? Nope, not at all. We'll try to move them. I don't know. Okay, so it looks like we have killed the Rangers on this this flank here, so we can probably utilize these Raiders somewhere else. So we'll grab 2 units and have them charge into these battle-ready Dunedain. We'll get our raiders to head up onto the walls, perhaps. It looks to me like our Orc band are going to have a tough time with all this infantry here. These militia are shooting into our flank. We've got this tower shooting into our flank as well. Oh my good golly, this is... It's messy. It's very messy, everyone. Oh my word. Perhaps my Olokai can assist here. I don't know. It's I'm not confident about this battle now because this is going so poorly. At the very least, we killed a shit ton of rangers. Could be worse. Definitely. Our Orc band have kept these guys in place, though. Maybe we can tire them out, if anything. I want my archers, like, right there so they can fire down on... Oh, I see. They're in skirmish mode, which is probably a part of the fuckery here. I want them to be able to fire down on these Dunedain, these battle-ready Dunedain. So these two units are charging ahead. These guys I want on the walls, if possible. Can we fire at those militia, perhaps? As soon as these guys are in a position, I want them to fire at those Dunedain. Man, we have been forced into this shitty chokehold. Perhaps I can... I'm going to start shelling the wall behind the enemy lines, and hopefully that will do us some good. My Uruk archers are not firing at who I had asked them to fire at. Instead, they're firing at those militiamen. I just want... Oh my god, they're cutting a bloody swath through my men. Look at this. They're just, like, advancing, and we are not firing anywhere near where I want to fire at. Like, please, just fire into the flanks of these Dunedain. That would be the best thing you could do for me at this point. We are firing and dropping arrows down onto the heads of our enemies. Lovely. Perhaps we can flank around. Okay, no, I want Hormwrath to come all the way around. We're going to need these reinforcements. I thought that we wouldn't, but here we are. Can my Olokai perhaps turn the tide of the battle? Hard to say. My raiders are not going to be the ones to do it. My Uruk archers are not going to be the ones to do it. Gee golly. Like, why aren't you firing where I want you to? Here we go. Yes! Oh, it's a beautiful thing. We're finally firing directly into the rears of these Dunedain, and it's lovely. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Now, if we can pop a hole in this wall, that'll cause a huge amount of casualties. Our Uruk archers are dwindling, though, unfortunately. But we may be able to charge through these Dunedain into those archer militia. There's only 70 of them, and we're firing into their flank now. Oh, they're starting to fall. It's nice. It's good. If we could just get our raiders up onto this gate around the flank, that would be great. And then it's just a bunch of shit-tier units in the center, I think. It's mostly spear and... It's militiamen. All the big units are trying to defend the gate. But we may be able to turn the tide here with our Olokai, who have they've gone to the front of the line. Look at this. And now they are the ones cutting the bloody swath. There's only 65 of these Dunedain left. It looks like our Uruk archers are beginning to get fucking attacked in melee because we don't have enough Orc band there to push back these men-at-arms. Don't forget, though, we still have a bunch of elite units. We just need to get some raiders to hold these guys in place. Oh, it's brutal. It's really brutal. We've broken the Dunedain, though, and we'll charge into those... man, we can charge in the... Oh, okay, so the tide has turned. We've just broken a huge hole in the wall here, and we've killed a bunch of men. These archer militia are about to be torn apart by our Olokai, and all of our Orc raiders are going to try to consolidate forward and attack the rears of these guys up on the wall. If we could do that, that would be great. Oh man, my Olokai are just... They've won it, basically. They won that battle for me. And now they're just running down these Dunedain. These guys are amazing, and here they go. This is the end for them. Some Olokai just beating the ever-loving fuck out of them. And oh my, our catapults are doing dirty work. And we may not be able to attack these guys in the rear now because we've actually we've actually destroyed the route there. So now maybe we can... Oh shit, look at this. Our Uruk archers are in severe danger now. I'm gonna get my orc bands off the field. I need 2 units of raiders. These 2 guys ought to do it. These 2 units are going to continue to push forward, as I'd said earlier. Now's the time to pull the Uruks in, I would say. And the Morning Guard. We'll get our elites in. The Alakai are doing some dirty work here, tearing these archer militia apart. If we could get, like, our halberds to deal with these Greenway guards, that would be nice. Oh shit, we've actually broken a lot of units here. They're all running through our Alakai now. Oh man, the frame rate is, like, absolutely taking a dump. It's amazing. In the best possible way, I would say. Our Uruk archers have not really retreated as well as I hoped. Unfortunately, Hormwrath, we may not actually need him. I was a little concerned there for a minute with the shitty pathfinding, but we may have done it. So our raiders are going... You know what, we'll just issue an attack command on those units. Our raiders will sort them out. Actually, no, we do need 2 units to do with these Greenway Guard. 1 unit ought to do it, actually. If we can get, like, a line right there with our Alakai supporting. Speaking of Alakai, they're beating the ever-loving fuck out of these archer militia one at a time, booting them in the chest, etc., etc. It's brutal. Absolutely brutal. I think the Dunedain have routed off the wall, though. We've actually done not bad, and we may be able to capture the gate now. If I just grab this unit here and tell them to attack the single ranger up on the wall, this Dunedain ranger, he's the only one ensuring that the wall remains in the Arnorians' hands. Man, okay, so now we've got a bunch of elite units streaming in. My Alakai have gone too far, and now they're probably engaged by these Greenway Guard. Oh shit, they're actually not doing too bad. Continue, my brethren. These Greenway Guards are apparently not paying any attention to the Alakai, but we need to get some raiders in there quickly to support, because I think my Alakai will start falling if we don't support. Actually, some Uruks would be a good choice. Oh, we actually have a big pile of Uruks en route. Let's flank around with our raiders. 2 units of raiders ought to flank around. Get these guys. Man, it is hard to issue commands with this much lag going on. Our maulers as well need to get in here. I haven't really delegated the tasks of this battle too well. Like, are these guys not paying any attention? They just keep forgetting about my my Alakai. Maybe we can charge the Alakai out of there, because those Dunedain are probably going to be a little messy. Now these Greenway Guards are going to go toe-to-toe with our Uruks, apparently. But no, I think our Uruks will win the day. Oh, especially with the Alakai charging into their rears. Oh, it's messy. Okay, yeah, we'll get Dawn Death to go around the flank as well. Okay, yeah, this battle is won, I think. I was a little concerned there, but no. We're probably going to be able to complete this without too many casualties. And my Alakai will seal the deal as soon as they retreat. We want the raiders, though, to go way around the flank. I wish you could do, like, a bird's eye view here, because doing these kind of flanking maneuvers in Medieval 2, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. You gotta issue a lot of commands. I have a feeling this Alakai is gonna die, but holy shit, is he rocking them and socking them. Oh, he may actually break that unit. Oh shit, we've killed the captain. Those Greenway Guard were no match. Oh, and my Alakai has... Oh, okay. Oh, we've got the Uruks in, supported by the Alakai. Oh my. This guy's a fucking hero, this Alakai. He's amazing. Those Dunedain, though, are going to be a bit of an issue. We just need to engage with our Uruks, I think. And they'll break very soon. Especially with the Alakai in there. Oh my god, like, he's just kicking these guys around. It's nuts. I hear archers. We've got some Breeland militia. They're spearmen, not a big deal. Especially if we get some maulers around the flank. I don't know what the fuck Hormwrath is doing. Hold on here.
They have lost half their men.
Let's just take a look. Hormwrath, my friend. What in the fuck are you doing? You're fucking the dog in the corner. It's very embarrassing. You should really look at fixing that. Okay, so we've only lost like 14% of our armies combined. And now the Urukai are going to be the wedge, the spear tip that drives victory home into the hearts of these men. That really didn't make any sense, but you get the idea. These Urukai are going to bring it home for us as soon as these Alakai are going to break these Greenway guards again. There we go. And now our Urukai just need to charge into the town center. We've got some raiders ready to come into the town center as well. Maybe Dawn Death can get involved, although there's a lot of spearmen in here. I don't know what my Morning Guard are doing, and frankly, I do not care. Because we've captured the walls. It's wonderful. Our halberds as well can probably get involved. These Alakai are just relentless, my god. We need to kill as many of these guys as we can on this this corner here. Further they go into the courtyard, the worse it is, because they can just reform. I think this is actually this is probably where they will reform. Oh my god, like... Are they even trying right now? Like... Okay, now my Uruks are going to get involved. Right about now. Oh, look at this. Kill move on a battle-ready Dunedain. They're going to move in with another unit of battle-ready Dunedain. I didn't realize they had them, so perhaps I'll pull out my Alakai. I kind of wanted Dawn Death to go around the flank. I wanted all of my raiders to go around the flank. What the fuck? This has failed utterly. Oh my Jesus. Okay, my Maulers are not doing so hot. I wanted them to show up here. Looks like they're going to be squaring off with some militiamen. But my Uruks ought to be able to hold these guys off. I do not want my Alakai dying, though. That's the only thing. Oh, Jesus Christ. I can't get anyone to do anything that I want this battle. It's pretty painful. Pretty painful, but I want Dawn Death to perhaps try to come around the flank. If he can. My halberds as well can probably just... We can do a bit of a pull-through maneuver, as much as we all hate it, and try to flank these guys. Something like this, right? They are currently in pike formation, which is a bit of a waste. I don't really know why that's happening. Come on, you bastards. Oh man, my Alakai are not listening either. Okay, my halberds are going to come around the flank now. I think these two guys are probably in for a rough time. But my halberds ought to make short work of these battle-ready Dunedain and these militiamen. Okay, yeah, we've lost one Alakai because they do not listen. The second one is fighting for his life. Oh my Jesus Christ. And there he goes. I just saw him fall, which is too bad. Too bad for us, but we do have halberds coming around the flank. Some maulers. We have raiders coming around the flank as well. Something like this. We actually lost quite a bit of halberds there. Now Dawn Death, I think, is very nearly in a position to flank as well. Okay, so the battle for Bree has gone... You know, it's gone alright. It could have gone better. Could have gone worse. But now our halberds are beginning to encircle. And our Uruks are just cutting through these units. As soon as the elite Dunedain are down, I think that's about it. Once Dawn Death comes around the flank as well, that's probably about it. We've pretty much got a couple of, you know, end stance. What am I trying to say? End game win points? Something like that? What am I trying to say? I don't really know. Win conditions. There we go. We've got a couple win conditions on the way here. We've got Dawn Death coming around for a flanking maneuver. We've got raiders. We've got maulers, etc., etc. So no matter what, we're going to crush these assholes. And here comes Dawn Death with an Asgul Screech. These guys ought to waver. And he's just going to do a little half-ass charge because you don't want to drive the... you don't... Oh my god, they just kind of bumped into these spearmen here. You know, you wouldn't want to cause too much carnage. And as much as I tried to get all of my raiders around the flank, 2 units are still defying my commands, unfortunately. These 2 units are still en route, so it looks like we are about to reach our end game. As far as our maulers are concerned, they're still going to engage these spearmen. These 2 units are just absolutely useless. As beautiful as the units look, they're just useless. They're not doing anything. Okay, let's see. Do we see... There's No, Dawndeath. Dawndeath, the man himself, is crushing these men, and there's no hope for them. No hope at all. We've got some Morning Guard, it seems, who are going to try to advance into the courtyard, whilst our halberds do the dirty work. We actually have one free unit of Uruks as well, so let's try to flank these militiamen as they get engaged by our maulers. Okay, we've actually won the courtyard, so we don't actually need to defeat these units, but we will anyway. We fucking may as well, because it is 100% unadulterated fun, okay? No big deal. Alright, now we may as well just kind of speed through the rest of the assault. I mean, we've won, basically. But we're just going to cause some egregious casualties while we're at it. Looks like my Morning Guard are going to be the first to engage these spearmen. And then my Uruks will come around the flank and my Maulers will seal the deal, pretty much. We have lost a lot of our elite infantry, Uruks, a few Alakai, shit like that, but once we have the ring, it's going to be okay. It will all have been worth it. Hormwrath has been 100% useless. We could have just sent him back to deal with Rohan, but it's a little too late for that. Oh shit, who is this? Breeland Militia. Okay, we'll get our raiders to deal with them. I guess there's just a bunch of units tucked away that I never really saw. But we are now going to deal with... Seriously, I really like the look of these militiamen. Kudos to the mod creators for that art. It's wonderful.
We've lost control of the city.
We have lost control of the town center because of these militiamen, but that's just fine. We'll easily crush them with our raiders here. Spears versus swords, not to mention we are flanking around them and encircling them. I think we've killed all of the Dunedain here. Lovely. And we'll just advance into the courtyard. There we are. Nice. Our maulers are about to charge into the rears of these militiamen and break them with their halberds. Oh, yep. Now the casualties begin to roll in. Let's see if we can get Dawndeath around the flank here too. That would be great. Perhaps our elite units ought to rest. I mean, why not? They've worked pretty hard, haven't they? Perhaps something like that should give us a good charge. Yeah, we've pretty much won. We've killed 80% of the army. We've lost 20% of our armies, so that's a lot of men out of Dawndeath's army. Because we've seen that Hormwrath hasn't lost any men, so we've actually lost 40% of Dawndeath's army, I would wager. Speaking of Dawndeath, he's wading into the fray here, trying to kill some militiamen, supported by raiders. They'll soon break. There's only 90 of them. These guys are actually holding pretty well. I'm surprised. I thought they would, begin to crumble once these maulers begin to, maul them in the rear, but there we go. They're still stabbing a few orcs here and there. Wonderful. Just absolutely wonderful. We're going to try to get a cycle charge here. We'll return to formation, do a bit of charging. Our raiders, though, have completely encircled these spearmen. Not long now. Not long until they soon fall, like all of their brethren before them. Dawndeath, hopefully, can get a good final charge off here. Yep, actually looks to be pretty good. Very few casualties, unfortunately, on that charge, but it's all we need. It's nice to see, like, these seas of orange in and amongst our seas of black. It's very interesting. But, I mean, this is how you win with Mordor. You overwhelm with numbers. I feel like we've accomplished the goal here. Kind of like we've brought the theme of Mordor to bear in a physical form. Just by completely overwhelming the army of Bree with crazy numbers, and like, a spattering of elite units throughout. I'm a little concerned, though. Perhaps Dawndeath is not the right choice to fight these spearmen, but I don't know. He's currently not in the fray himself, so it should be good. My Morning Guard are probably not the best choice to face off against these spearmen, but there you go. We've got Maulers and Uruks doing the vast majority of killing for us, with Dawndeath and his black Numenorians also, you know, helping out. Now, if you're one of these guys in the middle, what's going through your mind right now? Are you saying, like, holy shit, look at this absolute nightmare that's unraveling behind, right in front of my very eyes? I don't know. Are you thinking, like, I ought to fight for king and country, for my wife and children? Like, what's your thought process there? Are you thinking, like, we have to defend the One Ring, otherwise all of Middle-earth will fall? Probably. But that begs the question, does the average militiaman A, know about the ring, and B, know its importance at this point? I mean, we've been waging a war on Middle-earth for like 2 or 3 decades now. They have to know about the importance of the ring. They have to. Holy shit, absolute carnage. We've just totally destroyed that unit, and we've pretty much won the battle. Although, having said that, it appears that there is still one man somewhere. Oh, it's these assholes right here. There's 5 rangers staring at the walls, pretending as if my orc raiders aren't right there. But anyway, we've won the battle. And there we go, it's a clear victory. We lost only 1,100 orcs, but we managed to kill 2,000 men. That's an amazing trade-off. I thought it would have been worse. It was mostly casualties in our raiders and our orc bands. But now comes the time that you've all been waiting for. We've captured Bree, and I'm really hoping the ring is still here. Isn't it fitting, though, that Dawn Death is the one to finally capture the ring? Just a little bit, don't you think? Anyway, you know what we could do? We could just destroy all these buildings, and do we have to wait for the scripting to kick in? I would assume we have to wait a turn, and then Dawn Death finds the ring, perhaps? I don't know. Before we move on, though, we'll destroy all the buildings in Bree, get a bunch of cash, and then, of course, we'll head back to Mordor. For the time being, we'll just continue to, you know, operate on our current route, and eventually declare war on the north. But let's just end the turn for now, and hopefully the ring is still in Bree. Okay, so Eriador has lost its capital, which was Bree, and I can only assume that has spawned a stack to recapture it. Cirith Ungol is apparently ready to upgrade. The High Elves and the Dwarves are also allied. The Dwarves are allying with everyone. Okay, so it appears that the ring is not in Bree. I am confused. How the hell do we find the ring? I would have thought we would have gained an ancillary. I can only assume the ring is not in Bree, unfortunately. So what we'll do is we will begin to annihilate everything within the city. We can destroy the prancing pony. Holy shit. We can destroy just, you know, the generic inn. We can destroy the city hall. Oh my gosh. I'm just going to destroy everything that we can get our dirty hands on. So that we can get a bunch of cash. And I really should have sacked Bree as well. I didn't. Did I have a choice to sack or occupy? I must have. But for whatever reason, I don't think I sacked it. That would have given me a lot of gold. But it looks like we're going to leave Bree in disrepair. And very quickly, we're going to retreat as soon as we arrived. Because I have no fucking idea where the ring is. I do not know. And we may have a bit of an issue with brokering a peace with Eriador. Yeah, they don't really want anything to do with us. So we'll try to return to Mordor now. Here's the long, hard road where we try to return alive. I'm very disappointed that we didn't get the ring. I don't know. If you guys know what happened there, please leave a comment. I'm pretty sure that we were just too slow. But anyway, everyone, I'm going to end it here because I'm very distraught about the situation. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it despite the disappointing anticlimactic ending. If you are enjoying it, be sure to leave a like and leave a comment as well. If you want to keep in touch, get updates on uploads and stuff like that, be sure to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and also a subreddit that I'm working on. And you know what? If you want to see another episode of our Mordor campaign, be sure to come back on Tuesdays, as that is Mordor Day. And you know what? I'll see you guys later.